everyone, and thank you for joining me today. My name is Tim. This is Freight Master Resources. You know the whole rigmarole, right? Uh, so, recent news, Canadian trucking giant Pride Group's closure could affect freight rates and driver market. $637 million in debt, rejected rescue plan, and potential industry impact. Okay. Pride Group's closure could have an impact on the industry. There were plans to help aid the company's revival, but stakeholders rejected the plan. And so we'll go over a couple of quick key points on that. Pride Group, Canada's major trucking firm, to cease operations. Owes lenders $637 million. Stakeholders rejected a $56 million rescue plan. Controlled over 20,000 trucks in Canada and the U.S. All right. Pride Group's demise could ripple through the industry. The wind down of operations should place some upward pressure on freight rates. However, the level of that increase is hard to quantify, as we're still in a depressed, if not slightly improving cycle. Pride Group was known for aggressive rate bidding. So their exit might help rates recover. I don't know, honestly, how big of an impact it could have. I think it could probably have an impact on certain lanes. I don't know. It's kind of hard to say. However, supply chain professor Jason Miller is not convinced, stating in a comment on LinkedIn, there is no recorded instance of capacity exit causing a sustained increase in pricing, right? And that's, I guess, sort of what I was wanting to kind of point out, is that I don't know that it's going to have like a major impact on things. I think that we'll probably see, like I said, a little bit of an uptick on, so a lot of the, lanes that they ran, at least temporarily. And there's obviously going to be capacity to fill those lanes, but for, I think, at least a short period of time, those lanes, we'll probably see them jump a little bit. Okay. With 1,068 trucks still running and 900 plus employees, Pride's closure will inevitably create a wrinkle in the job market. Mylan hopes drivers who will lose their jobs will land on their feet in some of the many well-run trucking companies that are out there. And so I guess basically what went wrong, right? As often as the question with anytime, a trucking company ends up going under, the pandemic led to capacity glut and low freight rates. They had over 20 lenders file claims totaling $637 million. Major creditors, Daimler Truck Financial Canada, with $193 million, Mitsubishi Capital at $88.3 million. Okay. So Pride seeks new financing to operate through September 8th, according to court documents. Pride Group continues to operate the 1,068 trucks. The company currently retains over 900 employees and contractors, including both drivers and office personnel. And kind of as stated earlier, stakeholders recently rejected a $56 million offer from members of the Johal family, the founders and former operators of Pride Group, to reacquire the company. The company's assets will likely be broken up to pay creditors, which some of you have spoken to. In fact, a friend of mine who's a owner operator, there's a lot of available used trucks out there. I don't get out to, I'm pretty much trapped in my office most of the time, so I don't get a chance to kind of get out, but I probably should. And I am going on vacation the first week of September. So next month, I'm here in about 2 weeks. So hopefully I don't know, maybe get a little visual insight on some things. But yeah, apparently there's a lot of trucks available out there, a lot of equipment. So I guess in that aspect, if you're looking for equipment, you can probably pick it up, at a reasonable price. But yeah, I guess given the feedback, the monitor no longer views a restructuring plan as a feasible option. So yeah, I don't think we're going to probably see Pride come back. Again, if you run any of the lanes that Pride ran, you'll probably see a little bit of an uptick on rates as they try to recover capacity for those. So I guess in that aspect, it would be a good thing. But I really, truly don't think that it's going to have a massive ripple effect across the industry in regards to rates. I think that we're still slowly trickling upward with things, more so on certain lanes than others, at least from what I'm seeing. I've seen some dry van rates. In fact, I just booked a load at $3 a mile the other day. One of my regulars. There was a spot load, but in fact, it ended up being a partial. Yeah, I mean, and then I've seen other rates that are way down. And some of you I've talked to, about the horrible rates coming out of Florida, for instance. So hopefully we'll start to see this this turnaround, come sooner than later. But I think we're still looking at like March-ish of 2025. Obviously I don't have a crystal ball, but according to industry experts and all the data that we get to look at, that's still kind of the time frame of when we'll really kind of start to see things sort of pick up. So I guess hang in there, right? Build those relationships, like I mentioned in the video yesterday. Whether you're a broker or a carrier, especially if you're carriers out there, trying to hold on. If you've got a broker that you like to work with, maybe just reach out to them and find out if they have any consistent lanes, right? Maybe they just didn't bring it up for whatever reason. Communication is so key in this industry, and they might actually have something that they didn't think about that you would be interested in, right? So, and there's still a little bit of bidding going on. Some bidding is stopped. Yeah, I guess get out there, communicate, build those relationships, and we'll inevitably see what the impact of the collapse of Pride ends up having on the industry. With that being said, I hope everybody's having a great day. Hang in there. I love y'all. And as always, be kind to one another. Bye-bye.